You need to make that your profile picture on your Facebook.
Oh, yeah, you would love that, Jake, won't you?
You know, so I get all kinds of exposure.
Oh, man, this is insane. Check this out, everybody.
Nobody else gets something like that. Guarantee you.
Oh, this is awesome.
What Macy's honorary team member?
This is going straight in my she shed, everybody. Thank you, Somernites Cruise. Yeah, this is insane.
Makes her an honorary.
Look at this out.
This stuff ain't free.
Oh, man. This is insane. I mean, yeah, big fat photo of me, but looks awesome. Looks absolutely awesome. It's going straight in my t-shirt. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
Oh, it's so This is a 2016. I'm going to try and get a variety of the different years just to see the changes. Yeah, very cool. This is the Charger Rally from 2016. Been a few personalized touches, but let's see if we can have a chat with the owner and see exactly what else he's done and what was the stock motor of the 2016 Charger. All right, Sean, how's it going?
I'm okay, how are you?
I'm good, sir. Loving the color on this.
Thank you.
What color would you call it?
It's Plum Crazy Pearl.
Plum Crazy, but then there's pearl in it as well.
Yes.
And is that what it came from the factory?
It came from the factory that way. It's a throwback color to the earlier models, like the other car that you were looking at down the street.
Yep.
So, yeah, so it's a throwback color that they only bring back a couple years. So 16 was one of the years that they made that color.
That's pretty cool, but I thought that was the original Plum Crazy as well, but it's actually not.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but this is pretty cool. 2016 rally car.
Correct.
Tell me about that.
It's actually a base model because it has the V6 in it. So, but we've done some work to it. You know, it's been tuned. Some additions with the intake manifold and things.
And what was the purpose of the work you've done? You've given it more power, more speed?
Yep. You know, we've changed out the differential. We've added the intake manifold, a bigger throttle body, different oiling system, different intake.
Different oiling system?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
This one right here, this car comes with a cartridge filter from the factory. So that has changed us from a cartridge to a spin-on filter,
Okay.
which improves the oiling capability.
So you don't have to change it as often?
No, you change it just as often, but these particular engines are known for early failure on the lifters and rocker arms on the top end of the motor.
Okay.
So that helps prevent that problem.
That's good to know. And is that just for the 2016 model?
And they make it all the way from 2011 up. They will make that particular adapter.
Sean, that's something I guess I have to keep in mind with my 22 model.
There you go. You have the V6 also?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and they are all known for that, you know, rocker and lifter failure, because what happens with the cartridge filters is when they sit like overnight, all the oil drains out.
Okay.
And then it has to take 15-20 seconds for that oil pressure to build back up when you start it. That has an anti-drain back valve in it, so the upper end of the motor is constantly oiled. There's no delay when you start the car.
Wow. And what would be some of the signs for me to know?
You'll hear it like in the wintertime.
Yep.
If it sits for a couple of days
Yep.
and you go out and start it, you hear the engine clatter a little bit.
Okay.
That's the cam phasers that are clattering, waiting for oil pressure. With that, oil pressure is immediate. Company called Baxter
stuff
Performance.
That you would learn.
Yeah, a company called Baxter Performance makes those.
Okay.
It's a 20-minute install. It's all billet, so it's a really good quality product. I've been really happy with it.
Well, I appreciate that, Sean. As a fellow Charger owner, I do appreciate that. But hey, I love what you've done here. So I'm guessing this was not from the factory.
Those are not factory.
Yeah.
Billet Technologies did all the aluminum bits. And the strut bar is Speed Logic's.
And what is it about the Mopars that you like so much?
I've just always liked the designs of the cars. I like the way they ride. I like the way this one handles. So.
I do like the way it handles as
Yeah.
well. Oh, this is awesome. You never know what you're going to hear. And then you've got the flag on the back as well.
Yeah, we got the flag, and we've done the stereo system in this. So
Okay.
About 2,100 watts.
Nice. Which stereo system have you got in there?
It's all Scar audio.
Okay.
So, we're happy with that part.
And you're happy here at Somernites Cruise?
We've been coming this for years. We really enjoy this a lot.
Well, I appreciate this, Sean. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
We're going to continue here with Mopar Mania and check out all the different models. So introduce yourself and please tell us what have you got here.
I'm Colby. This is a 2021 Dodge Charger 392 Scat Pack. I bought it brand new from factory. What I have done here, I have done what they call hood cosmetics, under the hood cosmetics, I'm sorry. It's all from American Brother Designs.
Was this all in one kit?
No, it's you could get it all in one, order it all at one kit, but I did it separately.
Okay.
It is expensive, so I just did it a little bit here and there.
It looks good.
Thank you.
It looks good. And from the factory, what was the original color? Was it just purple?
Yes, so it's called Hellraisin. It is factory color. They had it for a couple years. Everybody thinks it's the plum crazy, but it's not the plum crazy.
I mean, as I'm coming to learn that plum crazy, I mean, so many different shades of purple.
Yeah.
I mean, first when you see a Mopar and you see it being purple, you immediately go to that
Right.
conclusion, right?
So
what was the color that he called it here?
So they call it Hellraisin. Just a midnight purple.
Midnight purple. And then you had the stripes added.
So I did have the stripes added from a window tinting facility in Indiana. He also did my window tint. That was a long day's process.
Now the window tinting, it's such a fine line between what you can do and get away with and what becomes illegal, right?
So technically,
because I know some of the Mopars out there are a tad darker than what they can do. Let's have a look at yours.
Right, so technically the front, so the two windows here front and the windshield is illegal.
Okay. There we go, technically.
Technically, yes it is. So I have 5% all the way around, including my sunroof, and my windshield is 35% full.
Okay. So how do you get away with that? I mean, as a fellow Mopar owner, I need to know.
I've never been stopped for it.
Okay. Gotta love the cops.
So everything is still pretty stock.
I mean, this is a pretty new car. It looks good. It looks very clean as well.
Yes, it's almost 2 years old.
So why do you need so many freshness?
Everybody asks that. I just never get rid of them. Anytime I clean the car, I just throw a couple in there. I don't throw them
That's
away.
how you know it's yours. I mean, I had to ask. I mean, there's no bad smell in here, obviously. And
Everybody
looks clean.
asks me that. You got enough Christmas trees? No, I don't.
Oh, that's awesome. And you're on Instagram as Hellraisin B392.
Yep, that is my Instagram.
And what is it about the Mopars that you like?
Well, I've had two other Chargers. They were just the V6s, and I decided just to get a V8.
That's pretty cool. Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, I appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, there is so many classics here at Somernites Cruise. Of course, we've got Mopar Mania, we've got the Monte Carlos, there's a few Volkswagens I've seen, but there's station wagons, decked out station wagons. I can't help it. I guess the F100 bug is still in me from last week. Check this out. Greg's beautiful 53. It actually was at the LeConte Centre last week. I missed it, but I'm not going to miss it today. Greg, how are you?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Good. This is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. It's a 53, and I got tricked because that grill there is not a 53. What year is that from?
That actually is from a 54.
That's from a 54. Now we're going to have a look in detail in the interiors as well. It's looking immaculate. Tell us about the engine.
The engine it's out of a 2014 Mustang GT. It's got a 6R80 transmission behind it, so it's got a Heights front end under it, so she'll do great. Does good going down the road.
Beautiful. You kept the radiator in the same place?
I did. Kept the radiator in the same place. So
okay.
That way I don't have to worry about, run 80, 85 miles an hour and it'll stay cool.
It will stay cool. Loving the black. It's such a matte finish.
Thank you. It's called Hot Rod Satin.
Hot Rod Satin. And how long have you had yours for?
This truck I'm on this truck for about 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, it's been finished about 10 years, but they're never really finished.
All right.
You always start on something else.
10 years ago when you got it, what was the state?
The truck was green.
It was green?
It was green. It had original motor in it. It had a little 6-cylinder in it.
Mom, I'm pressing the button.
The inside was all tattered. About the bed was gone.
It was an absolute project.
Yeah, it was a project.
It was an absolute project.
So,
and you started doing the restoration 10 years ago?
Started 10 years ago, and I finished the motor. This got a brand new motor in it back in the early February. So that's a new motor.
Well, I mean, besides the motor, the actual finish of the paint, everything looks like it's just been finished.
Well, thank you.
It's whoever's done has done a great job. Before we look in the interiors, let's have a look at the bed here.
That is actually white
Aluminum?
oak. No, it's actually wood. That's actually white oak, and it's actually been dyed with cloth dye instead of stain, because it's the stain I can't get the color red I want, so I had to use cloth dye, just like you do clothes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't even know you could do that on wood.
Yeah, you can. It's got 14 coats of stain on it, or dye on it, and then 14 coats of poly on top of that.
Well, it looks great.
Thank you.
It looks great. I mean, the fact that you're able to do this kind of a finish with oak, that's beautiful. And what is it about the F100s that you like?
I'm a fat fender guy. I
You're
like the fat fenders.
There you go. There you go. We saw a fair few of them. And how did you like the Grand Nationals?
I loved it. Great show. Great show. Really is. Always a good show.
All right, Greg, let's have a look inside here.
You'll have to look into this nasty thing.
100%. Love the choice of colors. You cannot go long with red.
Red and black's always good.
Loving the iconic V8 there. And is this period correct, or the dash is?
Yep, that's period correct dash. The difference is that's an American Classic gauges. They're actually digital gauges, but they're analog needles. So I wanted the classic look, but I wanted the drivability of all digital.
Okay, that's interesting. You say that because I have seen some. And I think that they are digital, and then I've been told, no, it's got the needle, so it's it's not.
No, so these are actually, they're digital gauges, but they're actually analog gauges too. So it's odd because they've got the gauges, got the needles on them.
I knew that. I knew, and then I thought that I had my information wrong.
No, they're great. They're wonderful.
Okay, that's awesome. Oh, this is cool. And do you just love all the fat fenders, or is this the Fords that you like?
I'm a 53 through 56. I like the fat fenders those years. That's my favorite. But I like them all, though. I like all Fords. I've actually got a 69 I'm working on now. I'm putting a Coyote in it. So
a Coyote
I'm a Ford guy.
Yep.
So
beautiful. Love it.
thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're fine. You were looking good there.
No.
Fair enough. But hey, everybody, I gotta love seeing these awesome custom modifications that happen on these cars. I mean, this looks just absolutely awesome. It's got an LS3 swap in it as well. There's carbon fiber touches, but I don't know anything else. I'm gonna have a chat with Jordan and get him to come here and tell us exactly what is done. That sounds good, sir. Jordan, how are you today?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm good. Mate, come stand here and tell us exactly what have you got?
So I've got a Scion FR-S. Inside it I've got an LS3 matched with a T56 Magnum F transmission, running a Rocket Bunny V1 wide body kit on it, custom wrap, and I believe that's the biggest things on it.
There's a lot happening here.
It is.
And how long have you had this for?
I've had the car, it'll be 6 years in July. I've had the engine swap done for 2 years, and I just got the body kit on this year.
Okay, 6 years ago, so I'm guessing the wide body kit is what's happening in the back there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. These fenders right through here, that is all wide body kit going with this, and then I've got a side skirt down on the bottom to match with it.
Wow. All right, Jordan, 2015 Scion. So much happening here. The wrap you didn't do, but other than that, you've done a lot of stuff here yourself.
Yes.
And one of the things that you said, and I am going to interrupt, is that you had no experience with cars.
None.
You're a computer guy.
Yep.
Never even changed an oil before.
I had changed the oil in my Honda maybe twice before I'd ever bought this car.
And you got your hands on this. And before we look more in detail about what's happening here, tell me about your mum and dad.
So they've always been into cars. Them and my brother both, they were always into cars. They worked on it, kept telling me to get out in the garage.
Yes.
You know, learn how to work on cars, and I was more interested in computers and playing games. I didn't care about it. And when I bought this, I decided I was going to start with like exhaust, headlights, taillights, just something simple. And it went from that to a turbo kit on the original engine, and then I wanted more power, so I went to an LS swap and then body kit.
Once you start, you just cannot stop.
It's a drug.
That's what it is. Once you start, everybody, you just cannot stop. But hey, that is so cool, and I find that inspiring for someone like me who's going to be out there doing something for the first time as well. It's good. It gives us hope.
It's very doable. Put your mind to it and you can do it.
That's awesome. So I love the kit that you have used here. It gives it such a cool look. And love the rims. Tell me about the wheels.
So the rims are from ESR. They're custom 3-piece rims. This is a Supreme purple, they call it, fading into a Supreme black. When I contacted them about them last year, they said that they hadn't done a fade like this in over a year and a half, they said. And I told them, I said, I want that. That's going to be perfect for my car, the way I'm doing the wrap. And they said, we'll see what we can do. And I made it happen.
Well, I'm glad you stuck to it because the fade looks absolutely awesome. All right, you have got a fair bit of carbon fiber in here.
Yes.
Let's open up the doors because I see more inside.
Yes. So we've got carbon fiber on the fender garnishes here to go along with the dash pieces and along with the trims and the door handles here as well.
And besides that, is there any other customizations you've done here on the inside?
As far as the inside, not really, except for the carbon fiber steering wheel and the aftermarket head unit.
Okay. LS3 swap in here. You've been to Holly LS. What have you done with your car?
As far as tracking it, or
As far as burnouts, racing, autocrossing?
just be honest, most people would give me crap for this, but I just use it around the house to have fun with and drive as a daily driver.
Nice. Why would they give you crap for that? Because that means you're not going to ruin your car.
Most of the time they want me to have it on track or something, but I just like driving around the house and having fun with people around the house on the streets.
Nice. Why not, Jordan? But hey, why don't we turn this on?
All right.
And let's just see this engine in action. Because these are small cars. The bodies are small with the carbon fiber additions onto it as well. And then the beautiful engine, custom engine in like that. I can only imagine. to take this anywhere. You can just do that and have a big smile on your face all day long.
All the time.
All the time. There
It
you
brings
go.
nothing but joy.
Absolutely love it. Now I noticed that the grill is empty at the front. Is that to keep the engine cool?
I did that whenever I first got the car, just as a design choice.
Okay.
I thought it looked better, but later on down the road, it'll be for an intercooler on a turbo.
Nice. So there's more happening to this.
And it's never gonna stop.
It never ends. Never ends. Jordan, I'm so happy for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
It's not just about the Chargers and Challengers and the Monte Carlos. We've got a Dodge 1964. Bruce, tell us exactly what have you got here?
This is a 64 Polara. It's got a 440 wedge set up in it with the Hemi grind cam and the heads and the cross ram manifold like they had. They only made it like 3 years. 62, 3,
So
4.
the Dodge Polara, I haven't actually come across this one before. How are they different to the Chargers and Challengers? These were before?
Well, these are big. Yeah, this is 64.
Yeah,
Yeah. The Challengers and stuff, they was way later.
later.
Yeah, than the Dodge.
So we could
This
say
is like
this
a
is
big-
where it started off from, the originals.
This is like a big family car would be.
Okay.
You know, and Dodge made lightweights back in the day in '64, which was this is not. It wouldn't be out here if it was.
Okay.
It come out with like aluminum fenders and hoods and aluminum just strictly for racing.
Okay.
Back in
So they made the
64.
family car for racing.
Well,
Family
it
style.
It had the big Hemi and stuff, the 500 horsepower Hemi and stuff like that in it. You know, they made it, but this isn't. This is a. You could order this engine right here in a station wagon.
Okay.
Mopar would let you order anything you wanted, more or less back in the day.
So this was the original stock engine?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not.
And how much horsepower does this give you now?
That one there is about 4 1/4.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
And how long have you had it, Bruce?
20 years.
20 years. And did you do some, obviously you did the engine.
Yeah, the engine and the rear end redone. Front end, you know, stuff like that.
And 20 years ago, is this exactly what you were looking for? How did you come
No.
across it?
I went looking for a Chevrolet.
Okay.
Don't let me cuss out here. I've been looking for that because I was a Chevrolet man all my life. And then, because I wasn't riding a Dodge when I was 16 years old because I thought that was the ugliest car going down the road. And then I ran across this. And my friend said, he won't keep that car a month. He don't like them. And I've had it for 20 years. It's a good car. I drive it to Tennessee. I drive it to Pigeon Forge. I drive it. It'll take a lot of a Chevrolet to trade me back, I tell you.
There is nothing wrong with that, okay? I've got a Charger and I still like the Chevys as well.
Oh, I do too.
So, I mean, you thought it was very ugly, but I mean, I'm loving that front end. I do like my grills, so, and this is very different.
Yes.
Can we lower the hood? Let's just have a look at it. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Bruce. And did you do the paint?
Some of it. The paint is 20 years old. It's original black car.
It's originally a black.
Yeah, it's an original black car. Original interior, it's showing its age. You know.
Let's have a look at the original interior. I did see this, 1964, and it hasn't been changed.
No. No.
Well, it was kept really well with all the previous owners. This is loving it, and that's the original dash of the.
Uh-huh.
How do I say it? Polymer? Did you say?
Who?
How do I say the name?
Oh, Polara.
Polara.
Yeah.
Polara. Okay, a Dodge Polara 1964.
Yep.
And you haven't added anything here on the dash?
No. Oh, I'll put that tack right there.
The
that
tack,
gauge
yeah.
Right there. Yeah, that's it. Got the stop AM radio and all that in there. It's showing its age, you know. It needs some work.
It's showing that it's vintage. It's showing that it's a classic. So, and I can see why it would be one of the family cars. There's a lot of room in there. It easily can fit up to 5-6 people.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So the Chevy you were looking for, did you end up getting it?
No,
No.
because it wasn't what they said it was.
What were you looking for?
Well, this guy said he had a 63 SS
Mm-hmm.
409 car.
Wow.
I go all the way across town to look for it, and it wasn't.
What was it?
It was a 366 truck motor in it, and it was a rough deal.
Why would they advertise it as that?
I don't know,
Oh, yeah.
but it wasn't.
But it wasn't.
No. And I have a Chevrolet Gasser now that I'm working on.
Okay.
A 55 sedan delivery.
And you've
station
turned that
wagon.
into a gasser.
Yeah, straight axle and pipes hanging out of it.
The
and
front
everything.
axle's been changed.
Yeah,
Okay.
and all
That would
that
look
great-
pretty cool. A station
It's a
wagon.
primer.
Okay.
You know, I'm not worried about it. Lean on it. I throw my grandkids on the hood, whatever.
Nice. Nice. You like your classic, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is beautiful. I'm loving it.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's definitely not ugly. I mean, you know, we were just talking before with Steve, and he's like, you know, the 1972 Chargers, they were classified as the ugly ducklings, but I don't know. When you look at it from today's point of view, they look great.
Yeah, everybody likes different things. That's what makes the world go round, huh?
That's it. Appreciate this so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is highly modified and very personalized. Loving the graphics here. Love the Lambo doors. Check out the wheels. We've got to have a chat with the owner about this for sure. The Slime Challenger. Okay, wow. This would stop anybody on their tracks. Libby, how are you today?
I'm good.
Love your Challenger. What year is it? Or what year was it? It's
It is a
changed.
2015 RT.
2015 RT. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of changes to this.
Yes, there is a lot of changes.
There's a lot of changes. I'm loving the Lamborghini doors. There is so many graphics. It's called the Slime Challenger.
Yes.
Okay, when did that begin?
When we bought it, my
Okay.
husband asked, or I asked my husband what color this was, because this is a factory color.
Yep.
And it's sublime green. And I said, okay, well then I'm calling it Slimer.
Just like that, right
Just
there
like
from
that,
the beginning.
From the beginning.
You knew what you wanted.
Yep. And just went crazy. Started with the license plate.
Let's have a look at that.
Well, it's on the back now.
And what does the
But
license
it's
plate
Slime
say?
You Later.
Slime you later.
And then we did the engine cover. And then just started doing all the different scenes from the Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
I love it when cars get themed. It gives it such a personalized touch.
Yep. We had to add Afterlife.
Okay.
So the top thing there on the
hood
is from Afterlife.
We're gonna have a look at that as well. But Libby, you and Ghostbusters, you go
Yeah.
way back.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Oh, a teenager.
Okay.
In '84 when the first one came out.
And you
So,
loved it.
Yeah. And I've watched all of them since then.
I love them.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that. So while we're here looking under the hood, how did you do the graphics? Are these stickers? What are those?
No, that is all, airbrush.
Airbrushing. Okay,
Yeah, this is
wow.
all airbrush. Everything under here is airbrush, except for the panel that's up here.
And who did the airbrushing?
A guy by the name of Frank Hazen. He retired on me during COVID, so we are all. We got most of the stuff done before COVID hit. The little stuff that we've had to do since then, or that we've done since then, is either wrap, or we found another airbrush artist that we've kind of filling them out, see how they do.
Okay. Loving the hood. You've got lights in here as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is absolutely brilliant.
We've taken the engine cover. The engine covers are on the badges on the side, because we had people that would come to us and say, can we order this from Dodge? So funny people we are. Yeah, sure, go ask them for a Slimer edition. So we had badges made that have that Slimer on it on the side that say Slimer edition.
All right, we're going to have a look at that. But the engine in there is the stock engine from
It's the
2015
stock engine.
V8.
We have not done any upgrades on the engine at all yet. Yet.
Could I trouble you to turn down the hood?
Sure.
I don't. You've got some figurines.
Oh,
in
it won't. They'll be all right as long as I don't go too far.
All right, everybody, let's have a look at this. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. And you wanted to have Lambo doors.
My husband wanted Lambo doors. That's
Okay.
that's his edition, and then he had a say in what went on the liner on the hood. But
That's so nice of you. You know, I'm loving the Lambo doors, but I'm loving the touch of pink that's happening inside as well.
that actually was a
here's the Slimer
surprise to
edition,
us.
everybody. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That'll throw off a lot of people.
The pink was a surprise to us because we went to a wrapper and said, hey, we want to do our door jams because we had the Lambo doors done.
Yep.
We didn't want people to hit their head on the doors as they look inside the car.
Okay.
So we had the pink done, and we had the envision of slime,
Yeah.
and he went with pink instead of watch your head.
I will. I'm aware.
Instead of the green, and it kind of flows.
It goes well.
Yeah.
It goes well with it. 100%. Now, the theme is carried out on the inside as well.
Yes.
Let's look at this. Love you, Shifter.
Yeah. Well, we put him on there for shows. He can't.
That is
You
awesome.
could shift with him on there, but we don't.
Okay. And you're on Instagram for Slime Challenger.
That is actually our tag on everything: Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Okay. And hey, I'm loving the spikes on the wheels. Tell me about the wheels.
The wheels are from Audio City out of California. We wanted something that would be different, not just black. It came when we got it, and it had black, just plain black wheels on it. And we wanted just something different.
Love it. And you got the LED lights in there, the green light up.
Wheel rings, it's got underglow on it. Wheel rings, the rock lights in the hood and the trunk lid.
And hey, look everyone, the green, the slime is carried on here under the boot. Look at that, that is cool.
You're welcome.
Original Ford. Oh, he's got these packs out. He's got our pack out.
It's the wrong batteries. Everything's got 20, 25 batteries in it.
No, I thought they had 20, 32.
Not the one I just pulled out, doesn't.
Oh.
I'll stick it back in there.
And is that your speaker system there?
No, that's actually just a false wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You have to have some place to hide your chairs or your cleaning supplies and stuff like that. So
Look
we
at that.
made a
I love
false wall.
that. I love that idea.
Yeah, so it's just a fake wall.
That is so cool. That way you can always keep it neat because
Yep.
you got to keep this out here. Everybody wants to have a look at it. It's not a simulator, it's a slimulator.
Slimulator.
Oh, this is very cool.
And all kinds of people actually think it says simulator.
And of course, it's got to have premium slime only.
Look at this. Very cool. Let's have a proper look at the interiors from this side. And was this a kit that you got?
Those are all little things that you can get off of Amazon.
Okay.
That are covers. They're just covers that go over the factory. Door handles, the seat recliners, all of the green is just inlays or covers.
Libby, in 2015, why did you want to have a Challenger?
We actually bought this used in 2018.
Okay.
It's just a dream car that my husband's always wanted. We bought this one specifically for the color.
Yep.
He loves the green color, and because it's a stick shift.
Okay.
And we got it so that our kids can't drive it.
Smart lady. Very cool. And you're in the right place here at Mopar Mania for Somernites Cruises.
Yes, we are in the right place.
You enjoying yourself? You're going to be
yeah.
talking non-stop all day.
Yes, we will be.
Appreciate this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Has totally stopped me as I was getting driven by Jim. Stopped me in my tracks, and of course with a blower sitting like that. Love the exhaust. So much happening. JD, how are you today?
I'm fine, ma'am. How are you?
I am fabulous. I love your truck.
Thank you.
Love everything you've done to it, which is a fair bit.
I've done it all. I built a frame in my garage floor, done the body work, built the motor.
You've had the truck for 15 years.
Yeah, about 15 years.
So take us back first. 15 years ago, what was the state?
It was a piece of junk.
It was a piece of
Probably
junk.
should have been in a junkyard maybe, but we rescued it out. It sat for 3 years, I think, and then I started working on it.
Okay, and what is it? What truck is it? What
It's
model?
a 1966 Chevrolet C10.
We've been seeing some C10s on the channel. We were at the C10 Truck Nationals, so
Yep.
I've enjoyed seeing it. Definitely love what you've got here. You've got it from a junkyard. You had your work cut out for you. This is a full frame-off restoration.
Yeah, and we, like I said, we actually built the frame and started from there and worked our way up.
What were you able to use from the original truck that you got?
It's the chrome bumpers, grill, a few things like that is new.
Okay.
The body, the hood, the bed, everything on it's original material. It was all really real good, kind of, and but it's just it's in pieces when I got it, and we just went to work on it. Yeah.
Well, let's start off with the big elephant in the room. This awesome engine. What have you got?
It's a 454 stroked out. It's 496 stroker, 1071 little fill blower, probably 900,000 horsepower. A lot of fun to play with.
Very nice. Absolutely love it. Tell me about yourself. You like the big engines?
Kind of crazy over big motors.
Okay, and where does that start?
Long time ago, I'm 71 years old, and we wanted something like this when we was a teenager.
Okay.
And we always loved this small little truck. So when I got around 60, I wound up fixing this truck, maybe before 55. I wound up fixing this truck, putting a big block motor in it, with a blower system, and that's what we've always wanted, and we've got one.
Did they have the blowers in the 60s?
Yeah.
They did have them, okay.
It's been around a long time, actually, come off with trucks, diesel trucks and stuff, and they just kept improving them. They was about all painted green, so they started polishing them and shining them up and stuff.
I didn't know that, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been a more of a later model thing.
No, it's an old thing. They've not used them they used them in racing back in the 60s, I know. I can remember reading in hot rod books, they literally had them then. So, but it's got the pipes that comes out the side. They call them zoomies.
The zoomies.
Yeah.
And I like the zoomies. I didn't know they were called the zoomies, everybody, but I always love seeing the engines coming out of the side like this.
Good deep noise, a lot of noise.
Oh, we're going to hear all of it, JD.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
But hey, talk to me about the interiors. You've done this yourself as well?
The interior I done myself. Aftermarket gauges, shifter, and seats are out of a 2002 Tahoe, I believe it is.
Okay.
And yeah, we done it all. Sis sure did.
And look at the bed. Now this bed is very different. It's not wood, and there's a lot happening here. Talk to me about the bed, JD.
Had to raise it up. The frame comes up just like you see here and runs back. The fuel system's there. Had to put the tubs in it for the big tires. That's why you have to raise the floor of the bed up.
What size is the tires?
15-inch. They're 31.5 inches tall and 18.5 inches wide.
Now you've lowered the body, of course.
Yeah.
Is it on airbags?
No, it's still got, up back here's got coilovers. Front still got the Camaro suspension under here at the front part of the frame is Camaro 68.
So this is the height of it that it stands, and then this is what you're driving?
Yeah.
Wow, it looks great.
Well,
but I'm
thank
guessing
you.
you have to be careful over speed bumps.
Yeah, you have to kind of, you can see, you probably get your shoe under it or something. And,
Yep, that would be about it.
I know we come in here today and there's a few gravels somewhere out there on the road and we drug them, so the pipes are really low. Have to be careful on speed bump stuff like that, oil pan.
I love the fact that you've got the wing.
Yeah, I made that.
And I was expecting a parachute as well.
Well, we're not racing, so we don't need it. Yeah, it's basically hit it once and give up. You don't, you may wreck.
But you put this here because this is going to help you with.
It helps the down, the down pressure on the tires if you race. So we're not really into racing this vehicle. We just drive it, and a lot more fun, and a lot cheaper than racing.
Yes.
And
do you
don't
use
tire
racing
it up
fuel though?
I should, but I don't. I use pump gas and a octane boost.
Octane boost. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. On these vehicles, when you drive them like that, you don't have to buy that real high gas. Racing fuel's like $13. Regular, I suppose, is 4.5 or something for the high test. So.
But it's still good that you've got that option where you are able to use regular with that engine.
Yep.
Now, you've got to turn this on, JD.
You've
got to turn this on.
I'm sorry.
You have to turn this on.
Yeah, you want me to start it?
Oh, yes, sir.
Well, okay. You
I'm going to take
want to hold
this.
that?
You go ahead and let's just see exactly how loud this blower can get, because I know it's going to be loud with those mufflers in there as well.
talking. Let's start walking.
That was awesome. Gotta love that sound.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you have to love that sound.
Y'all love it.
Decades and decades. The fire has not been lost. You love that sound.
Love
you
it.
loved it as a youngster
Love it,
and you
love it.
still love it now. And how do you feel when you turn that on?
Like a 16-year-old.
You're back to being 16.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it takes you back.
Oh, I bet it does. Well, so shake my hand. I appreciate that
Thank
so
you,
much.
Ronna.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Love it. That always gets the biggest smile on my face. Absolutely love it. That was just beautiful.
20 years or more.
All right. I mean, there is station wagons here at Somernites Cruise as well. And people, I just got to say that it's not just ordinary station wagons. It's like the one we're going to explore now. This belongs to Rick. It looks cool. I'm loving the interiors. The interiors look absolutely amazing. And there's a awesome speaker setup that's happening that you just got to look twice. Rick, how are you today?
Good, good.
All right, so tell us exactly what have you got here in front of you?
It's a 69 Kingswood Estate wagon. It's got big block in it, automatic, air conditioned, all power windows, power locks, alarm system. It's got an all-focal stereo system in it.
All right. You're not going to go that fast and get off this camera, Rick. Why don't we lift up the hood here and tell me that in 69, what was the stock engine?
It's a 396.
Okay, and what have you got here now?
It's just been rebuilt, gone through. We added air conditioning, and it's got air ride, full air ride on the car.
Nice. So you've added disc brakes, air conditioning.
It actually came with disc brakes factory. It came factory disc brakes, factory power
in
windows
69?
in 69.
Okay, this must have been the top of the range.
Top of the line wagon.
Okay.
Yep. Came with all that factory. Came with factory air conditioning. We upgraded the air conditioning. It did not come with the third row seat. Some of these had a third row seat in the back.
Okay.
This one didn't have a third row seat.
This was more for of the sportier look, I'm guessing,
yeah. So
as opposed to the
it was
family.
kind of an option. They didn't have the third row seating in it.
And what about the disc brakes? Did you change those?
No, that's all stock. All the disc brakes are stock.
And they're
on it.
working fine?
Oh yeah. Yeah, everything's good on that. Other than maybe changing pads and stuff like this maintenance, but everything is on that.
I mean, from
stock.
1969, you would expect to change the pads a few times.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look here. Now, what about the paint? Was this originally black?
No, it was originally blue.
Blue?
It was blue with blue interior.
And one of the other things that I really liked is the wood grain that's happening here.
It's a real wood. It's not a vinyl.
It's actual real wood. And has that been painted as well with the black when you painted
We
it?
stained it.
You stained it.
And then we cleared it when we painted the car.
Okay. All right, before we look in the trunk, as you Americans say, not the boot, the trunk, why don't you go to the driver's side and I'll come through the passenger.
Sure.
And let's have a look inside because that is looking good. The interior of this is just absolutely, I mean, it's luxury at its finest, but also it's the buttons and stuff that's happening. It's beautiful. Let's have a look here. Gotta love the different textures. Check this out. Now, one of the things that catches anybody's eye is the buttons on the seat, and then you've got this number of buttons here in the middle as well.
These are all the window switches, lights for the top, lights for the speakers.
And that's real wood again on the
Real wood
headliner?
on the headliner,
Wow.
See, all the speakers have lights too.
Rick, you like your music?
Yeah, like I said, I work at a stereo shop. That's who actually did the work on it. A friend of mine, Brian, his name's Brian, he did all the interior in it.
But you work at a stereo shop?
I work at a stereo shop. It's called Roberts in Louisville, Kentucky.
In Louisville, Kentucky, okay.
And the boy that works there did everything is hand built on this dash except the glove box door. That's the only thing that's original. For the 69,
nice.
all this has been prefabbed and made.
Wow.
And the iPad controls the air ride, the stereo system, so forth, stuff like that.
Wow, I'm loving the centerpiece here, the console.
Yeah, it's a full console all the way to the back. It's got 4 bucket seats in it.
Wow. I knew I had to stop by. I knew I had to come back here.
Sure.
Because I just peeked in through the window as I was driving. And the thing that I did see was back here, everybody. Look at this. This is just brilliant.
It's got 5 amps, a crossover, 4 subs.
Bring it up, man.
I did walk on, they told me to turn it off. They walked up and told me to turn it off.
Just for a second.
I know, that's what I did. As soon as I turned it on, he came over and made me turn it off. I was like, they wanted to hear it.
I mean, I would love to hear the speakers, but then if I hear it, you lot at home can't hear it because YouTube won't allow me to have other music in the background.
Oh, they won't?
No,
See,
sir.
I turned it on for a second if you wanted me to, but...
But we are going to turn it on, and they won't say anything. But what I'm going to do is listen to these speakers and make a video and put it on Facebook. That we can get away with because we do want to see the speakers in action. How many do you have in total?
There's 4 subs, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 in each, 2 in each door and 2 in the dash.
Wow, this is just brilliant. And this is all the batteries for the?
That's the amplifiers.
Oh, that's the amplifiers. Wow.
That's what runs all the circuits, the speakers and stuff like that.
And that's the speakers, Roberts.
Yeah, and that's who did it. That's who built it.
Okay. Okay. You've had this for 20 years?
At least, yeah.
At least. And were you looking for a statement?
For the wagon?
Yeah.
I'm a car guy. I've got a whole bunch of cars. This one, actually, a friend of mine had it. I knew the car 10 years before I got it.
Okay.
A buddy of mine had it, and he was getting to get rid of it, so I took it. And like I said, it's, you know, I've known the car for a long time.
Well, with what you wanted to do, this was perfect. With all the speakers,
Yeah.
you had the space to just go as crazy as you wanted, right?
Yep.
You don't need a third row in this.
No.
Wow.
No. But yeah, it's a pretty cool old car. It'll raise up and down too with the air ride and stuff like that. So ride's good.
Very nice. Love it. Absolutely loving the wood inside this as well, and they're combined with the speakers. That's awesome. Appreciate this.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, how's it going? I get so caught up in my own world sometimes. All right, everybody, Somernites Cruise is it's one of my favorite places to come to. The cruise here is awesome. The crew put on a great show. It's very well organized. And not only that, the volunteers and people working here is the right people. And by that, I mean, you guys are all car folk.
Yeah, we're mostly older guys. We grew up back when these cars were new. We remember them when they first came out, most of them. There's a lot of nostalgia driven. The car you won when you were in high school, you still want it when you're 65 or 70, you know.
Well, that's what we are finding out.
Yeah.
I mean, I love hearing these stories. We just spoke to John before, who had the car for 46 years. It was the car that he had when he was in high school. And that's the stories. The work never stops. And that's the car that he had. So I love those stories. But so you tell us, I mean, this only happens April to October, every fourth Saturday. What do you do every other day when the Somernites Cruise is not on?
We all have other jobs, you know,
Yep.
we're still working. This is our 23rd year of it.
Yep.
We've had cars from 48 states here over the time. We average about a dozen states each Saturday.
Yes.
And it's a free show.
It's a free show.
Which
and
is
that's,
nice.
That is nice. Free for spectators, free for people wanting to bring in their cars.
And you're not going to win a $10 trophy.
No.
Only award we give is a long distance award.
Yep.
That's who came the farthest to get here. So you're not competing with your neighbor for a trophy, which
Nice.
is nice. And once you're here, you know, we have stuff on Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday, and then Saturday night. So it's more than just a half a day event. You know, if you want to stay that long.
I mean, the hotels here know about you guys. You know, I stayed here last night. There's your signs and banners are everywhere. It's a great run event. So yourself, what's your background? What do you do as a profession?
I'm a dentist.
You're a dentist. Okay, that's good.
For 50 years, yeah.
50 years.
But we have people with different occupations, you know. It's not, we all have in common, we like cars.
Exactly.
That's what drives it, you know.
Now, so I've been told you've got quite a rare car yourself. What have you got?
I got a 87 Grand National, bought new Buick, and I got an 1969 GTO Judge,
Nice.
66 Corvette convertible,
Your
70 Grand Sport, yeah.
Your 87 Grand National, you bought that new.
Yeah.
Wow, that is saying something. Now tell me, what is it about the Grand Nationals that makes it so special?
Well, when they came out in 87, they were the fastest car, production car. They were faster than the Corvette. Also,
Okay.
the turbocharged V6, which they didn't weigh much, had the horsepower.
Yes.
That's all. They were very popular, and they were all black.
They were all
They made
black.
27,087, and most of those were, I guess, used, and a lot of them been worn out.
Yeah.
But they had potential with modification to be a lot faster than what they were from the factory.
Okay.
But mine is totally stock.
Totally stock, because you bought a brand new, and you're definitely not driving it, because if you were, we'll be standing right next to that.
It's got 345 miles on it.
344 miles. Wow.
Yeah, so it's basically a new car.
Now, you like to collect some of these cool classics, and it's not just that, but you've got quite a bit of collection on classic automotive parts.
Well, there's, you know, the advertisements for cars and gas stations, automobile they call it,
Yeah.
which is the signs, the oil cans, the gas globes, and everything from the dealership to the factories. Back in the old days, those signage and what they gave away now is very collectible, especially from filling stations.
You've got quite a collection. How did you build this? Did you just collect it back in the day, or
I
did you
started
start
in
it now?
1990 collecting those.
Okay.
And back then you could find them at antique stores or hear about them at swap meets and stuff. They've become harder to get now.
They are.
And most of those signs are older than I am, because a porcelain sign, if you don't chip it, it doesn't age because the metal's not exposed. And the graphics on those old signs are very unique. You just look at some of the signage you had back in car lots, you know, dealerships back in the 40s and 50s. And
it tells of the it tells of the era that they were from.
Oh yeah, you can, you know, you can identify it. And those are, compared to the graphics you have now, these are very, very colorful, very nice.
Colorful, very bright, very vintage. So hopefully we'll get a chance to have a look at it in closer and have a walkthrough of your collection. So it's definitely one that I have been told about, but I'm happy that I ran into you here again. And
I'm here every Saturday on the cruise day.
There you go. Thank you so much for this.
Okay.
Appreciate it.